Hello, welcome to our Noventum podcast. The title is AI Influencing Your Service Business Strategy. My name is Hilbrand Rustema. I'm the Managing Director of Noventum. And next to me, you have Annick Perry, and she is a partner in Noventum. Today, we're going to talk about the impact of AI in your service business strategy. And I think we all recall that it's now already a couple of years ago when suddenly ChatGPT was launched and everybody suddenly was able to get in direct contact with AI and play with it. And that gave such a visibility that nowadays everybody is talking about it and trying to use it. And also, therefore, in the service business, there is a big effort going on trying to use AI in service organizations. Although, funny enough, we do see a lot of initiatives, but we do not see a lot of success yet. Like we see lots of pilots, lots of different ways of using AI, from the simple knowledge management process to now agentic AI, and we'll talk about the other possible applications later. But yeah, why are we seeing still such a relatively limited uptake of AI in the service business? So, Annick, together with some colleagues, you did some research on it, and maybe you can shed some light on it.
Yeah, so in the past 2 years, as part of our service business forum, we looked at AI and AI use cases in service quite heavily, and we identified more than 100 use cases where AI can add value to service organizations. But this comes with an insight, and we recently asked service leaders, like, why are you not starting? And one of the key conclusions of that small research was service organizations simply don't know where to start because there are so many possibilities. And the other thing is that service organizations are a bit hesitant to start is because they are not certain that employees will actually adopt AI solutions.
Okay, let's take that first point, Annick. So you're saying service organizations or even companies, they don't know yet quite where to start using AI in their service operations. What is it that they are looking for when they're trying to prioritize all those different use cases with AI?
Yeah, there are, I think, quite some elements to consider when prioritize areas to start with AI. But the very first point is that service leaders need to understand the starting point of their service business. So they need to know and have defined where do they want to be with their service organizations a year from now or in 3 years, and use that focus to then understand, okay, where can AI be blended in my strategy, and where does it make sense? Because just two examples. We recently spoke to a service leader of an organization that mainly delivers services to add more value to their product. And they don't deliver so much field service. But obviously, because services, they're not yet like a revenue driver, their focus is on improving productivity. And having that understanding already helps them to only look at a subset of opportunities where AI can help. And even a further subset because they only focus on support center improvement opportunities. So having that understanding helps to prioritize. Another example is a company where they saw their product revenue growth going down. So their focus was really on improving service growth rates. So that also helped them to say, okay, let's only look at opportunities to improve growth with AI. So having that understanding is a key element to prioritize to start with AI. Another thing is, of course, the quality of data. So an AI solution cannot provide any value if it cannot make use of data. That's where AI solutions thrive, if they have data to act upon. So in order to prioritize all those improvement opportunities of AI, companies should also look at where do we already have data available, what's the quality of it, and use that to see, hey, where can I, on a reasonably short term, already start to add value with AI if I implement an AI solution. And the third thing, and that's related actually to both of these areas, is the return on investment. So for each area, one needs to look at the time to implement, the cost of implementation, the cost of the AI solution, etc., and take that into account when prioritizing where to start with AI.
Okay, so if I understand, try to summarize what you're saying from the plenitude of possibilities that AI technology now gives companies. It's difficult for service organizations to prioritize and make that part of a strategy, like
Exactly.
a longer term strategy.
Yeah.
Secondly, you say, yeah, it's all nice. You can want to do all kinds of stuff, but if you don't have the data or you don't have the quality of the data, or it's you don't have enough data, then you need to work on that first. No?
Exactly.
And third, it's difficult so far to define what is the return on investment of all these initiatives. Obviously, there's not a lot of reference yet.
Yeah.
But the second point that you mentioned is that there is quite an uncertainty or even limited success in having employees adopt AI solutions. Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
Yeah. So in order for employees to adopt a solution, they need to be willing to use it. So one key element on why they are perhaps not willing to use it is that there's a lack of trust in the AI. And you have to imagine that AI solutions, they also have to be trained. So the AI model has to be trained in order for the AI to deliver the right answers. So it all comes also with the way of implementing an AI solution. And I think in implementing AI solutions, it's key to run a pilot where everyone is aware that things perhaps might go wrong, where people are aware that the AI has to be trained, and where you create an environment of where people can learn, train the AI, and ensure that the answers provided by the AI are correct before it's rolled out on a larger scale. So, for instance, imagine that that you are going to implement an AI solution that will write the service reports for a field technician at the end of a visit. So, by using pre-filled data, the AI suggests already the format of the report, the text that should be written in there, etc. And the technician knows that customers always value that report. But the first time that the AI will do that, perhaps the outcome is not satisfying. So this is something that people have to be aware of. So the AI has to be trained, and technicians need to support the training of the AI. And before it's really obliged to use, they have to trust the outcome of it. So it has to be tested, fine-tuned, etc., before it's actually rolled out. And therefore, we strongly recommend that each implementation of an AI solution starts with a pilot.
Yeah. And that's obviously a way to get a handle on the topic of getting a good ROI on AI investments. Is there a way that so far we've some of our own experience now in applying using AI in Noventum and with clients as well as your research? Is there a recommended approach to maximize that ROI and reduce risks?
Yeah. Just to give people an idea, like where can AI add value? And again, it depends on your service strategy where you should focus on. But AI offers opportunities to really improve the current service business. What you see here is like a typical customer service journey, a rather traditional one, where it starts with service pre-installation. So equipment is sold and service is going to work with the customer on preparing the installation of the equipment. After that, there's also a kind of proposal phase for a service contract to offer something to the customer by which they can improve the usage of the equipment, for instance. The next point is installing the equipment, training people on how to use it, ensuring that it works correctly, etc. And after that, the real traditional service delivery starts. So in case there's an issue, the customer will call the support center. Perhaps field service is being called in to solve issues on site. Perhaps some preventive maintenance has to be delivered, etc. And once that's done, the service is also being reported. And after a while, once the service contract ends, it has to be renewed. And AI can provide opportunities to improve the service business. For instance, it can support growth by identifying cross and upsell opportunities throughout the delivery of the service, or by increasing contract renewal rates. So making sure that a task is generated in a system 3 months before the renewal rate, but also by helping to look at historical data and perhaps suggest already what kind of modifications should be made in the offering to ensure that the customer will renew. Or by empowering technicians to generate more leads. So once the technician is on site, the AI will check, okay, what was the issue, and what are potential solutions that the technician can perhaps already talk about with the customer to generate more leads. So these are just a few examples of how AI can support growth. And it can also help to enhance profitability. So by automating repetitive tasks throughout the delivery of service. So for instance, if a customer sends a request to receive some technical documentation, this simple request can be done by an AI as well that analyzes what's the request, accesses the right information and sending it to the customer. Another example is that AI can help to provide the right information at the right moment. So a field service technician is sent to a customer to solve an issue, and he or she gets a knowledge article or video on how to solve that issue provided by the AI. And these kind of things really help to shorten the onboarding times also of employees, which will enhance the profitability. Another thing is to optimize reporting tools. So helping service managers taking the right decisions by providing them the right analysis through reporting tools. And the last area is really that AI can enhance the customer experience by personalizing customer journeys. So by analyzing what kind of company is the service organization dealing with, what persona, and personalize then the customer journey to improve customer satisfaction, or using a sentiment analysis on the phone to increase the quality, or enabling really a proactive attitude by continuously analyzing data of a customer to already suggest actions that the customer service teams can take to enhance customer satisfaction. And this is all related to the existing business, but AI opportunities can also enable new service business models. What we recommend is that really an AI strategy for service becomes part of the overall service strategy. And there are a few steps to take in there. So the first thing is really to review the service vision and strategy. And based on that, define, okay, what are potential areas to look at where AI can be leveraged. As I said, if your company is not selling services, you don't have to look at growth opportunities. Then you look more at productivity or customer experience. So using that review of service vision and strategy to already identify what are areas to look at. But then also to take the data quality and availability into account. So for the improvement opportunities of AI, the different ones, we have defined them as Noventum on quite a reasonable level of detail. But we also defined what data objects need to be available to support each improvement opportunities. So by assessing that, you will already identify what are perhaps more short-term improvement opportunities to look at and what are more long-term opportunities to look at. As a next step, you of course need to evaluate cost, and this depends also which AI solution that you are going to use. There are platforms out there nowadays, the big ones that have developed this agentic solution as part of their platforms. There are what we call standalone AI service solutions that, for instance, focus on enabling a knowledge base or only looking at how to create new opportunities from install base data. But the costs have to be evaluated of each of them and the cost of the implementation of each of these tools. And that has to be considered in an ROI calculation, obviously, and the risks have to be evaluated. So for each AI solution, one has to look at what is the impact, for instance, on my employees? What's the level of trust that I need to create, or how will it change their job? And all these risks have to be evaluated and considered in preparing then a good AI strategy for service. And that AI strategy for service then needs to consist of, okay, what are we going to pursue short term? What solutions are we going to use? What's the approach of implementation? But also, if there are AI opportunities that could be leveraged in 3 years, but the data is not there, then you need to create like a data strategy on how to ensure you will have the data available in 3 years. So yeah, taking these steps can help to include AI as part of the service strategy and really look at, how can it speed up the achievement of the service vision in that respect.
Yeah, and I would say that's instead of just starting with the first technical opportunity that comes across, you need to think it through.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that brings a nice bridge to our upcoming service business forum, because the question here, does AI have an impact on your service business vision and strategy? Well, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's kind of you need to know which road to take before you start it. So you are currently doing some research on what are and how to create compelling service business strategies.
Yeah.
Like we know from our conversations last year in the Service Business Forum that there's quite a few C-suite members that are somehow hesitant now to keep on investing in digitalization projects. And you really need, as a service leader, you need to come up with, let's say, a more comprehensive, compelling strategy. So we're going to talk about that on the 20th and the 21st of March.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I think this whole topic of AI will be a big part of that.
Yeah, it is a game changer.
All right. On that note, we'll invite everybody to, I think, first of all, join the research, right? There is some research going on. You can find that on servicebusinessforum.com. And then on 20th and 21st of March, I think there are probably still a couple of seats available. So people are welcome to join. All right. Well, thanks very much for this, Annika.
Thank you.